What up, folks? Your boy Cooper Magic here, and as I promised, here is my next deck in my limited deck battles are coming up. This is my green maximum green deck. Again, as I always say, if you see something here that you don't like, this is 100% my opinion. All the playtesting I've been doing, and this is the green deck that feels most efficient to me. You can try it out for yourself. If you like it, great. If you feel like you want to tweak it a little bit, great. This again, my whole concept of doing these is giving you just somewhere where you can start at, and then maybe tweak it to make it your own. So thank you for watching, and if this helped you at all, please just drop a like. And if you really want to see more, the next color is blue and purple, then drop us up. But starting off, of course, we gotta have for Bonnie. Like, Bonnie is just really good. Rest one. Allow you to basically top 5 cards, pick one, put the rest at the bottom in any order that you want. You constantly want to be able to search and pull pieces that allow you to combo like Hawkins and your Law, and of course your blocker, your 7-cost blocker Kid. It's really good. Just many different options that you can go off with her. Very, very important. A lot of times when people see it, they go to attack it because they know it's going to put it in work. Next up, we have, of course, our blocker, Capone. Gotta have your blocker. Every deck has its own blocker. This is a standard. Don't have to go too much into that. Gotta have your blocker. Defiance. Next up, we got Scratch. Scratch is really good, mainly due to the fact that he has a high counter of 2,000. I did build this deck in a way to where it still has a bit amount of counters in it, but his counter is really solid. Again, I haven't had too many times where I had to use his ability, so really a lot of times I just like to keep him in my hand to get that counter off. Again, great counter boost, worth it. Next up, this is when it's gonna be a little. This is gonna probably cause some sparks in people, and maybe they may click off, maybe they don't. I would just ask that you watch the rest of the video. But this is a setup where it works for me. 2 Rouge and then 1 Veto. I do like the fact that sometimes I'm having that 3-cost, 5,000 power unit. Yeah, so yeah, I know most people don't like vanillas, but the fact that he costs 3, he's 5,000, that's great. And then playing 2 Rouge is great because I feel like this is the most efficient. I see him when I need to see him, or he doesn't come when I don't want him to come. So 2 works out perfectly for me. So having this setup here really works well. If you really, really, really want to, and you want to make sure you have no vanillas, and you want to make sure you, I guess, optimize in your eyes, take out the Veto and put another Rouge. But I definitely wouldn't go to 4. Or I wouldn't do it 4. Definitely not 4. So either this setup or maybe 3 of him, but that's it. So there's that. Next up, we got 4 Killer. Killer kills, destroys red, destroys any deck that has low cost units, so he can pop them. And it's so nice to pop off that trigger when you can pop it off, because you get to play the card, you get a unit. You can go ham. Of course, he's another supernova. Has counter on him as well. So just all around good card to pop units that are low cost. Great trigger, like I said, counter. He just all around good card. Next up, most people play this at either 2, and I think I've seen some people maybe run it at 3. Honestly, this card is crazy. This card, if you use it at the right time, will put the fear into people. Like, seriously, like I've had moments where I dropped this card, had enough done, and you could see the sweat rolling off their face, because if this sucker pops, that's double damage. Cost 4,000 double damage. You can pump up easy later with Don for easy quick games, and again he has count on him 1,000. So no, I'm putting that at 4, and it has not failed me yet, so I'm going to keep going. Next up, Drake. Of course, you want your Drake. I mean, Drake is just crazy. Being able to buff up field is pretty fast, especially if you ever have 2 Drake on the field, bruh. Man, you want to see the sweat roll off their face. That's when it gets crazy. When you have 2 Drake on field, it gets pretty insane. I don't play anything less than that. I think that's kind of standard at this point, is to play 4 Drake. Next up, I play just 2 of the Kobe's. Originally I was trying to find ways where I didn't have to play him, but he actually worked out for me well at 2. I wouldn't play no more than this though. Folks, next up, of course, we have our 4 of Hawkins. You cannot play this deck without Hawkins. I've known some people that actually will play Hawkins at 3. If that works out for you, go for it. But I want to try to see his Hawkins as much as possible, because once I get Hawkins set up on the field, when it's time to start throw him out there, that's when a lot of damage starts coming through. Especially when you have that setup with Hawkins, Drake, you know, anything like that, it gets pretty crazy. Of course, you got your 4 Laws. Law is really, really good. Being able to come on the field, tap something back into play, active from being rested to attack again. That's, you know, doing something like that with, you know, basically the combo setup with Hawkins. So Hawkins attacks a character, you know, goes back active. He attacks again. You know, he's rested, play Law on Hawkins. He's back again for a 3rd attack. It can get kept crazy pretty quick. So definitely at 4, absolutely. 4 of the blocker. Again, I know this sounds crazy. Like, at first, my first thought was to run this at 3. That's my initial thought. But running it at 4, because of the power it can in defense that it can put up, it works. It's fine. All right, so next is the actual events. Now, again, this is probably another part that's going to cause some people to go, what the heck? So I only played 2 Scalpel. Scalpel is not bad, but I always feel like, me personally, I prefer Repel over Scalpel. Scalpel is great for that great 2000 power up. It has a cool trigger effect that can go off and you can set you up for a Repel. But I always prefer Repel having that extra 4000 boost. So I play 2 Scalpel and 3 Repel. And then of course, I play 4 Straw Sword. Straw Sword is so good because, one, not only does it allow you to rest cards, like a lot of times in red, they don't want to rest their Name because they want to keep the Name in the field. You can rest their Name and attack it. Or like if you're trying to go for game, you know, people don't think about that sometimes, where if, you know, you're set up to defeat opponent and he has like a blocker set up that's crazy, you know, you can basically straw this blocker, forcing it to rest. Now you don't have to worry about the blocking. That's just a quick run through. I didn't go super in depth. I kind of just went straight to the point. I don't want to waste y'all time. I know you guys are all prepping for your limited battle. Again, this is just a little, my opinion, and it's also just something that kind of like a skeleton, skeleton that you can kind of mess around and tweak it yourself to what you like. Again, like I said, if you want, you can put a 3rd Rujin here and take out the veto. But I like having that 1 3 cost 5000 veto in my deck. But that's just me. I'm weird. That is my Max Green deck. And stay tuned for the next deck, which will be my Max Blue. I see you when I see you. Peace.